Thanks for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. I'm going to talk about our producers finally getting their just due or getting their credit that they deserve. Now, for years, we have vibed to music and vibe to the production from these producers, but we didn't give the credit to the producers like they should have. Now they're starting to get more credit because they've come up with timelines and I mean not timelines, but these, chants on their records and things like that. They have the taglines, but now they're starting to make timeless music and provide us with music that helps accentuate the raps and the lyrics. Now, at least the casual fan doesn't know most of these producers, but us hip hop heads and fans of music, we know the producers by face and we know them by sound and what kind of beats that they make and the sounds that they present for the most part. But over the last couple of years, they've made even more timeless music and contributed heavily to the culture, whether it be rap beefs or just music in general. And it's all started last year when Metro Boomin reunited with Future and they released that like that track that with Kendrick Lamar that dissed Drake, and that started this whole producer movement for me when they're starting to get the credit that they deserved. And they put out that "We Don't Trust You" album, and then they followed it up with "We Still Don't Trust You." And Metro Boomin still had more classic beats and production alongside the genius of Future. Now things started to heat up though in that next couple of months when Kendrick Lamar dropped that "Not Like Us" with DJ Mustard, and that started to heat things up for the producers because the producers started to go in the forefront. They started to be a part of the beefs. They started to be and at the forefront in the music videos. They started to get acclaim, and DJ Mustard doubled down on his fame with the TV Off record with the Mustard Chant. Everyone was saying the Mustard Chant, and he even parlayed, this thing into his own deal with Heinz to get his own mustard, which his real name is Dijon, which is hence they call him DJ Mustard. It was very clever on words, but he parlayed all of this into his own individual success because most of the time the producers are in the backdrop. They're not seen this much. You have your producers like a Dr. Dre or Timbaland who came out to the forefront a little bit because they were artists too in some aspects, and um, they actually talked on records. But for those producers that really don't put out music and just put out product and projects, you this is one unheard of. This is one of the best 2 year periods for producers ever known. And then recently you had Pharrell teaming back up, which we all was a fan of Pharrell and the Clips' work together, and they were able to put together another project, which Let God Sort Them Out, which is a classic project with that just helped the resurgence of the Clips come back together, and they didn't lose a step. And I actually think they're better from their first album, Hell Hath No Fury, um, which is a legendary project as well. But Pharrell's beats with their rapping, a great marriage that we love to see in hip hop. And then Alchemist, which is my producer of this year. I think he should be the producer of the year, not just in hip hop, but music in general, just for his works with different people. So he's had the project with Larry June and Two Chains. He's had the Alfredo 2 album with Freddie Gibbs, which is one of my favorite rap albums of this year. And he still has projects or albums with Erica Badu and with Yasin Bey that's coming up that I'm looking forward to as well to see if he continues that momentum. I think the Erica Badu project comes out next month, and the project he has with Yasin Bey is still yet to come, and it doesn't have a date. But I thought it was supposed to come out last year, but I think they pushed it back. So hopefully we'll get that project soon. But I think these producers have always received the credit, but they didn't receive it publicly. But now they're starting to be recognized by name, and it's just not the taglines or a sound that they're creating, but they're actually getting their names out there and becoming marketable and becoming products of hip hop, which is an important product of hip hop that they're able to put out. And they're coming out with this and being able to make a name for themselves, not just with the music, but by face. Because we know that good words without production is lost, like good faith without works is lost. Good good lyricism or good rapping without production is lost as well. But I think ultimately this good production and producers being put at the forefront is a good thing for hip hop, making it more marketable, making it more uh, lucrative for these artists, and then hopefully we'll get more products or more projects that come out just as good as we had in the 90s and things like that in the 80s and so forth. But I think this is only a good thing for hip hop to put more eyes on hip hop, to bring more revenue, bring more sales, bring more viewership and listeners and ears to hip hop. And so I'm always a fan of bringing that back to hip hop, but it all starts with the quality. And these producers are bringing a quality sound that we all know, but it's been lacking over the last, decade or so, just because artists are dibbling and dabbling in business because music hasn't been as lucrative. So we haven't been getting good product from the artists as we have before. So hopefully it'll bring that back. So as always, until next time, I'll see you next time.